We're here with John Sheppard, candidate for Austin City Council, District 2. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
So, John, tell us why you should be elected, and specifically what kind of leadership you want to provide when it comes to the environment.
I think the best type of leader is someone that follows the will of the people that they're representing. And I want to bring a representation to the City Council that puts forth the needs of Southeast and South Austin. For too long, our part of town has been the recipient of things like the water treatment plant and the hazardous waste paint disposal site. Good things and needed things, but that's the type of stuff that winds up in our neighborhood. And without the geographic representation system in place, it's been hard to get our views represented downtown.
Right. Okay, so tell us about some of your priorities. Like what if you're elected, what would be the top thing you want to accomplish while in office, especially as it pertains to the environment?
One of the top things I want to attain is better affordability, better public safety, and better mobility. Now, in regards to the environment, mobility is a conversation that we need to have, and it needs to be changed from what's wrong with traffic to, because that makes the assumption that everyone's in a car or everyone wants a car. It needs to be more of an emphasis on sidewalks. A lot of the neighborhoods in our district have been there 20, 30 years. They're still waiting on sidewalks. We need a better connected bike trail system, and not just a bike trail system that looks like it was made by someone who's never been on a bike. The preferred north-south route runs down Emerald Forest Drive and across Vinson, a narrow bottleneck over a railroad track that is super dangerous. More importantly, Austin Energy is one of the biggest jobs that a city councilman has to do.
Right.
And being the forefront of the nation, I think that means us telling Austin Energy that our goals of being cleaner and being divested of nuclear power, these are things that we've waited on too long. I grew up in Austin. I remember being in middle school, and the Stop STNP program, the South Texas Nuclear Project, was one of the things that first made me politically aware. And it's sad and disappointing to think that 30 years later we're still asking the question, can we do that? Can we not, be polluting the estuaries and bays? And the fact that solar power has dropped, the price of solar power has dropped dramatically just the last 5 years, combined with the long-term cost. Anyone that says solar energy is too expensive isn't taking into account the big picture of
Fuel costs.
Well, not just the volatility of fuel costs, but the damage to the environment, to people's health. Anyone that wants to argue whether or not carbon is causing climate change can't argue about whether or not mercury is a poison.
Right.
And the Decker plant in East Austin is a perfect example. That's the #1 contributor to ozone action days. It's so outdated, but at the same time, it's an opportunity for us to take that parcel of land, convert it from a natural gas facility with its volatility and pollution capabilities, convert it to a solar wind farm, and then also have that reservoir for recreation, for possible water usage that we all know we need water and more water as the city grows.
Right. So we'll go to water in a second, but so you're clear about nuclear and Decker. What about Fayette coal plant?
I've heard some people say that even if the Austin Energy divests from it, someone's going to still own it. I think that's a lazy excuse. It's no excuse for us to participate in polluting not just our area of Texas, but all around us. And the mercury, the coal, it's 19th century technology. Austin needs to be the leader. I would love for Austin to be, just as Beaumont and Spindletop were the economic engine when oil was pushing our economy from the 18th century to the 19th century. Austin and Central Texas can be that same thing with solar power into the 21st century.
Okay, now let's go to water. More people, less water, less rainfall. What are we going to do? What is your vision for how we manage this water, and what should the utility be doing and the management of the utility?
the management needs to stop the stealth taxes that are on the bills with the drainage fees. If the city council wants to tax the people of Austin, they need to be honest about it. But we need more incentives. The free toilet program was one that went away that needs to be reenacted. We need more incentives for rain barrels and rain harvesting. I've got 2 rain barrels that I got when I was offered the incentive. I would probably get 2 more if Austin Energy offered the incentive. But we need to be putting those requirements towards the builders as well. And just as we require, site planning, and maybe not as good as we could, we need to require more energy efficiency in regards to making homes solar capable, so that if a builder doesn't want to build a home with rain harvesting or solar capability, well, then they need to be contributing in some other way.
Okay. Let's see, waste diversion is one of your hot topics. Say more about what you think we should be doing, or how would you provide leadership to get people in your district participating in the rollout of the Zero Waste Master Plan?
The Zero Waste Master Plan is one that's very, very ambitious. The bag ordinance is something that I have mixed feelings about. Frankly, I thought it was a government overreach when it first started out. I thought, how can we live without these bags? We put trash in these bags, and now it's taught me that, well, that's less that goes into the trash can and more that goes in the recycling bin. And I think expansion of awareness of what you can put in the recycling bin. I know a lot of people who are like, oh, you can't recycle that. Well, yeah, you can. And I think the rule of thumb has been changed to, when in doubt, don't put it in there, to now, when in doubt, put it in there, and they'll figure it out, because the contractors, they're making money off of that waste removal and recycling material, and that's their job. And the less we put in the landfill, the better we are as a whole, as a city, as a country. We're less on our way to becoming an idiocracy with a mountain of trash falling over on someone.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure talking with you. There's many more things we could cover, but I appreciate the chance to get to chat with you today.
The pleasure's been mine. Thank you.
Thanks so much.